Welcome to Advanced Strategies and Technologies, Adaptive Licensing and Regulatory Flexibility. Adaptive licensing, also referred to as adaptive pathways and regulatory flexibility, are dynamic approaches to modern drug regulation. These strategies aim to provide patients with earlier access to innovative therapies while maintaining robust standards for safety and efficacy. They mark a shift from traditional linear drug approval models towards more iterative and flexible frameworks that adapt to emerging data over time. The evolving needs of patient care, coupled with advancements in precision medicine and the urgency for treatments for rare or life-threatening conditions, necessitate such regulatory fundamentals of adaptive licensing and regulatory flexibility. Adaptive licensing, a staged approval model where an initial conditional approval is granted based on early data, typically for high unmet medical needs. Subsequent approvals or expanded indications are granted as more evidence becomes available from ongoing trials and real-world use. Mapping adaptive licensing and regulatory flexibility. Examples of high adaptive license would be the usage of orphan drugs, wherein high adaptive licensing for niche therapeutic areas, pandemic use vaccines, expedited approval and flexible regulations for urgent health needs. Regenerative medicines is another example of high regulatory flexibility, flexible regulations but limited adaptive licensing stages. Traditional drugs falls under the low regulated flexibility and low adaptive licensing standard approval processes with minimal regulatory flexibility. Regulatory flexibility is when case-specific approaches and regulatory requirements and timelines are used to expedite the development of therapies, and these applies to therapies such as orphan drugs, regenerative medicines, and pandemic use vaccines. Understanding regulatory frameworks. Adaptive Pathway Pilot Programs focuses on high unmet needs and relies on iterative health authority feedback and incorporating real-time review systems in marketing decisions. In the US FDA, breakthrough therapy designations, accelerated approval programs, and real-time oncology review are mechanisms under regulatory flexibility to expedite drug approvals. The other regions, Japan's Sakigake designation and Canada's priority review, leverage adaptive methods tailored to local drug development needs. Benefits. Enables early access to life-saving therapies for patients with no viable alternatives. Example, the faster approval of COVID-19 vaccines using the EUAs under adaptive frameworks. Facilitates the integration of cutting-edge RWE to refine safety profiles and label updates post-launch, and encourages stakeholder collaborations including industry, patients, healthcare systems, and regulators. Some advantages of the adaptive frameworks are stakeholder collaboration, wherein encourages industry and regulatory partnerships. Early access to therapies enables patients to quick access to treatments, and real-world evidence integration, refining safety profiles post-launch. Some challenges. Data uncertainty. Early approvals based on limited data may lead to unforeseen adverse events post-market. Pharmacovigilance burden. Intensified reliance on RWE necessitates robust surveillance systems to detect and address safety signals. Ethical considerations. Balancing expedited access with comprehensive benefit-risk evaluations. The role of pharmacovigilance. In the pre-market phase, pharmacovigilance frameworks must adapt to support robust signal detection during conditional approval phase. Post-market surveillance. RWE collection becomes pivotal to detect long-term safety signals and refine drug use guidelines. Stakeholder collaboration. Enhanced communication amongst regulators, sponsors, and healthcare professionals ensures safety amongst evolving data.